know me, my name is Rakan K, and I've been involved in iGenius right now for it's been a little bit over 4 years, and if I go back in time, man, we didn't have the ability to actually have somebody like Sashin join us, and you know what's funny, God has mysterious ways of with this business. And 4 years ago when I first got started, I don't really start for the network marketing part. This is my first network marketing company. I really got started start trading for the trading parts, right? And then when I got started, I didn't have any success. I didn't really recruit anybody for my first 6 months, and I don't really have any. I probably made a little bit over $1,000 my first year. So if I say my first year in the industry, I didn't really have that big of a success, and I felt like I wasn't enough, right? Do you guys know anybody that's like that didn't have success right away, and they just felt maybe this is not for me? Maybe you felt it before. I just felt this may be not for me. This maybe I can maybe focus on something. And by the way, I had a job at that point. I used to work at a gym, and I loved working at the gym. The problem with the gym is I was spending a lot of time at the gym, right? So I was helping other people with their fitness goals, but I wasn't helping myself financially because I had a cap to what I had to do. And literally I was working day and night. So I started looking for different ways of making money. And so when I used to work at the gym, this guy came in, and he had I'm from Palestine originally. So he had this Palestinian flag, right? And I'm like, oh, my Arab brother, right? Right away I saw a Habibi in them. So I'm talking to him, and I'm like, so what do you do for a living? And he's like, oh, I own a club. I'm like, okay, that's cool. He's like, do you want to get a job? I'm like, honestly, bro, I'm a little busy with this job. I don't know. He's like, oh, it's on the weekends, it's part-time. I'm like, you know what? Extra cash, no problem. Now, during that, he's like, okay, next month you start. So during that month, I was, the idea of making extra income came into my head. Then I went on YouTube, right? How many of you guys I went on YouTube before and like extra income online, extra? And one of my managers that I was talking about stock trading. So I go up to him and I'm like, okay, can you teach me? He's like, I'm not free. Go YouTube it, you'll figure it out. So I actually went on YouTube it, but I landed on not stock trading, binary option trading, right? And you know what the craziest thing on YouTube? You go on YouTube and like make money in 2 minutes, make money in 3 minutes, make 10 grand in a half a second. And I didn't understand. I'm like, okay, well, I guess this is real, right? I guess I gotta follow. And funny story, I was watching one of the guys. It's like sign up here with this link and deposit, $200 or $250 and whatever. So I actually did that, right? And follow my strategy, right? If it goes up, down, up, you gotta buy because it's gonna go up. So I literally do, and then he did it in front of me, and he won. Well, on the video, right? And then I did the same thing, and I lose $50. I'm like, did I just lose $50? I'm like, okay, maybe it's my fault. Maybe it's not a strategy. He did it in front of me, and it worked. So I did it again. And I lost again. And I kept doing it. The 250 was gone in like literally 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, I know what to do. So I deposited another 250, right? And I do the same thing again. And I take the 250 to 500. I'm like, yo, by the end of the night, I'll make 10 grand. I'm quitting my job tomorrow morning. That's I found the deal, right? Literally, as I'm saying that, I put a trade for $200 and goes negative, and it blows my account. So I go back to zero. I'm like, oh, come on. Did I just lose $500? I'm like, you know what? I saw what I can do with 250, but imagine doing it $500. So I literally deposited another. This is all, but ladies and gentlemen, it's all in the same night. This is one. I'm sitting down, one sit down, and I'm just depositing, and I'm trying to play this game. And I don't understand the idea of trading. This is before somebody came up to me, and so can anybody guess how much money I've lost that night total? Not from what I said. We had to continue the story, but for the sake of time, can somebody guess how much money roughly I lost that night? Jude said it really right. She said I don't know, he or she, $2 grand. I ended the night with negative $2,000. And the reason why I stopped, because there was no more, there's nothing in the bank. I can't even deposit anything more. And I'm like, oh damn, this is not for me. Trading is definitely not for me. So I have this negative vibes about trading. if anybody talks to me about trading, I'm like, bro, shut up. I tried it. It's just for rich people. You need a minimum of 100 grand, 200 grand. It wouldn't make sense for somebody that has a small amount of money. And, I started working the second job. And one time there's this pretty girl, right? Pretty girl. And she opened her phone and she had the chart on it. And I'm like, what is this? And she's like, oh, it's trading. I'm like, oh, I tried this before. It doesn't work. She's like, you tried learning and it didn't work. I'm like, no, I did the trading. I did the buy and sell. It did not. I lost 2 grand same night. She's like, why would you lose two grand? I'm like, I don't know. He said to buy, sell. He's like, did you even learn a word? I'm like, I don't know. Why would I learn? He said the buy, sell. And at that point, she's like, I think you should talk to my business partner. And that business partner, he came to the club that night, right? And I was a busboy, right? So I was cleaning the table, and I'm talking to him, and I'm like, so is what you do real? He's like, what kind of stupid question is that? I'm like, I don't know, man. I just lost 2 grand in trading, and this girl is telling me that you make a lot of money in trading. So like what's up? And he's like, well, did you learn anything? I'm like, no, I didn't. He's like, that's your mistake. I'm like, okay, like, what do I do? He's like, I'll tell you what, add me on Instagram, and I have an event on Tuesday. I'll have a private seat for you. You should show up. And that's actually what happened. I actually showed up on Tuesday, and that same day, I understood why I lost my 2 grand. I understood why, because I didn't take the correct steps. Now, did you guys know, that's a stat for you guys, that almost 95% of people have the exact same experience as me? 95% of people. Because the first thing they go to is, guess what? YouTube. And they lose money, and then they want to learn. But when they lost money already, they have these negative vibes of learning, so they don't want to learn properly. So they end up just like, oh, I don't want to do this no more. And that's the problem with the trading industry, because a lot of people would rather lose money than, like, imagine if I take that 2 grand and I put it in an actual academy like iGenius, right? That would teach me from A to Z what I can do to actually take my trading level to my trading into the next level. And that's pretty much what we're going to talk about today. I heard the training in the beginning, and every brand new team that really joins our company or comes in or they're getting involved, I do the same thing, because I know 100% if anybody takes these 3 massive things and then applies it to their business, 100%. What I have done in my business is absolutely nothing compared to what other leaders are doing. Trust me, last year, just to give you a glimpse, last year we have created over 50 6-figure earners on my team. Last year, we started the year with 4. We ended the year exactly on the last date. We ended up with 50. And our goal this year is to have 250. And I know 100% that this training can make you guys one of these, they're called platinum ambassadors or 6-figure earners. And 100% you can have a whole different level. So listen, if you guys are ready, man, to take some notes, let me know in the chat. Give me some energy so I can give you some energy, and we can rock and roll. Are we good with that? It's a 2-way energy street. Cool. I'm liking the energy, man. I like this. Where are you guys tuning in from? What countries are you guys tuning in from? I guess what cities? I guess, I don't know. UK. The UK. South Africa. Cool. Uganda, Kenya, South Africa, Zambia, South Africa, Kenya, Johannesburg. Man, I should go, man. I should. Sashin, you should take me, bro. Stop this. UK, Malawi, Swaziland, Mauritius, Greece. That's so cool, man. That's so cool. Very cool. Awesome. Well, I live in Sashin won't show you the real South Africa. He's gonna show you the expensive part. Cool. So let's get our pens and papers ready, because we're gonna be taking some notes, right? So here's what I believe, and here's what I 100% know every single person that have joined my organization, they should be focused on. You see, no matter where we go, there are one thing that doesn't change. You know, I was, you know, I was just praying right now, like an hour ago, and you know, I was talking to a friend, and he's like, well, you know, why would you pray, you know, every day, or why would you pray every Friday? Why is it so important for you to pray? And I'm like, well, my belief, right? My belief is that I know 100%. You know, when I'm praying, I'm submitting, right? When I submit, and I'm praying for goals, and I'm praying for whatever I'm praying for my goals, and I'm praying for, you know, I want this, and I want this, and I want this. My belief in myself will grow even further. And you know, I know a lot of you guys have experienced network marketing. Most likely the training that you guys are gonna hear today is generic. It talks about belief, but I'm gonna spin it in a way that is designed only for iGenius. And I'm going to let you know exactly kind of what to do and how to do it, and how to launch somebody brand new in their business, and how you can maximize. I'm going to tell you guys a story. Last year, we didn't have an Arabic team, right? And it's one of my goals since I started with iGenius is to build, you know, a team in the Middle East. Last year, we put up 30,000 people in the Middle East using this system. 30,000 people. So I know 100%, when you guys understand what I'm talking about right here, it's going to really change the game. And it really starts, because I know you guys know that we're going to talk about belief, but it really starts. It really starts with the three main pillars. And the first one is belief in the company. I want you guys to understand one thing. You see, here's a little history for you guys. You see, I've been involved in iGenius for 4 years. If you're going to hear anything about iGenius, you should hear from me. Because I've seen it all. I've seen the ups, I've seen the downs. But is anybody like me? I love the underdog stories. This is why we love, by the way, this is why we love success stories. This is why we love the people that, you know, have failed, and then boom, just had a success story. We love these stories. And iGenius is that, by the way, right? Because listen, there's no company in the world that does not fail, but we have failed so many times that we built success now, that we're attracting people like Sashin now, that we're attracting these big network marketers. They see the value in what we have. They see the value in the product. They see how, you know, financial literacy today is changing the world. I need you guys to understand one thing. Look at the world today. You go on Instagram, the only thing you see, number 1, NFTs, number 2, crypto, number 3, virtual reality, number 4, metaverse. And by the way, that's what our company is built on. That's what we're doing, right? Crypto education, NFT education, soon metaverse education, and this, and building on blockchains and cryptos, and talking about AIs. This is all our company, right? So back in the days, you know, 2019 days, when I was involved and I was really making not a lot of money, when everything started shifting into what Brian, and when Brian came in and he started really changing the dynamic of what we are, a lot of people left us because they lacked belief. They lacked belief. They were afraid. They were running based on fear. They weren't running based on belief. And guess what happened? What happened is that we had a sit down. Right? We had to sit down, and Brian explained to us, like, listen, in a couple of years, people will talk about us. And that's exactly what's happening today. People all over the world are talking about our company. They're talking about what we're doing. They're talking about our mission. They're talking about the products that are helping people build all over the world. Right? And listen, this is my only company that I've ever joined. So I don't know how it is to be in another company, but I'm friends with all the top network marketers in the world. And I hear a lot. Right? I hear a lot of things about product companies. I hear a lot of things about what's happening in this company and that company and that company. But guess what? I don't hear a lot of negative stuff. A lot of negative, especially from network marketers, because you know it's detailed. When it comes to, I don't hear a lot of stuff that when we're talking about cryptos, everybody wants to listen to me, no matter what company they are. When I'm talking about cryptos, NFTs, that new wave. This is why I love what we do. So 2019, when everything was falling apart and we were trying to rebuild the empire, we wanted to rebuild the leadership. We wanted to attract the best of the best of the best. Guess what happened? We started having the new products that you guys are seeing. We start having news like this. And prior to 2019, I have lost as soon as we changed a lot of things, I have lost the majority of my team. And I'll be real with you guys. Because Sachin told me to be real. I'm going to be transparent with you guys. I went from making $10,000 to $200 a month. Yes. And it was difficult. It's not easy. Right? I was driving a Maserati, living in a house. It's not easy to live off $200 a week. But you know what happened? I just had the belief that one day we were going to be as big. And I gathered some of my people and I gave them this training. And every single person in that sit down today, they do not make anything under $30,000 a month because their belief in the company was high. And every single one of you guys today have the exact same chance that we had in 2019 to join a company that's going to revolutionize the world of education and trading. So that's iGenius, just so you guys know. There's no company in the history of the world that is publicly traded, right? A lot of you guys know we're publicly traded. So this is InvestView, right? And it owns iGenius. There has not been a company in the history of the world that is doing what we're doing, being publicly traded. So by the way, every single one of you guys, you can participate of being an owner of the company because you can actually own shares in the company. How crazy is that? How crazy is it? Is it that I'm building a company and I own shares in the company, right? That's the same thing with me buying Apple products because everything that you guys see right now is Apple. Plus, I'm actually buying their stock. That's the world that we're in. So that would be number one. And then iGenius breaks down into different parts. If I quickly break it down for you guys, just so you guys have the way I talk to people about it, I really break it down into multiple ways. Number one, we'll talk about all the education in iGenius, right? Number two, all the, I would say, tools, right? What are the tools, the signals, the analysis, all the groups that tell you what to sell, what to buy. And there are so many other groups that every single person can benefit. Number three, AI tools. Right? We're talking our partnership with Endotech. They create technology that's able to trade in the cryptocurrency market on automation. That's a big deal. Imagine that you or any customer in the world, they put their money in their own cryptocurrency exchange account, which is, by the way, very safe. And I connect my AI to that exchange account, and it trades on automation. Can you imagine how many people you can talk to about this product? Right? So many things you can talk about this product. The number three, lifestyle. Sorry, number four, lifestyle. So now you have all the lifestyle, right? The products. You have Travel Pro, Wallet Pro. And this is, by the way, plus all the extra products. You know the beautiful thing about what we do? The beautiful thing is that doesn't matter what your age group, I can talk to you about this. Let's say I'm talking to a younger person that doesn't have a lot of capital, doesn't have a lot of money. Well, I can talk to them about the education. Let's say, a middle-aged person that has some money but doesn't really have some money. I can talk to them about the tools that we have, the signals and the analysis, and something that can help them build their trading account. Let's say I have a guy that has 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 grand, right? Well, how can I talk to this person? Well, I can talk to them about the AI. Right? Let's say I have somebody that's just a lifestyle person, right? Well, I can talk to them about Travel Pro and Wallet Pro. Are you guys understanding what I'm talking about? Can you guys see how I can talk to literally anybody? Literally anybody. And I don't like comparison with other companies, but literally anybody. I can talk. Listen, if you're, I don't know, if you're, no, not 15. That's a little bit extreme. If you're 25 or 50, I can have the same conversation with you. That's why I love what we're doing. So that would be number one. Number two, and we'll talk about how to launch customers in a sec. Just give me some time, right? Number two, I don't need to talk about this because all of you guys actually know the power of network marketing. I don't need to really go in depth about explanation about network marketing and how powerful network marketing is and how powerful is this and how powerful is that and how powerful is that. But let's twist it for a little bit. Today, when you're speaking, right? When you go online and you speak, and I'm guessing a lot of you guys, I hope you have your Instagrams or your Facebooks or your TikToks, whatever. When you're speaking, you're no longer saying just network marketing, network marketing, network marketing, network marketing. You're changing the words. Now it's called social setting. Now it's called affiliate marketing. Now it's called all these extra things, all these extra fluff, right? But you got to utilize it to your advantage. How big is affiliate marketing today? Talk to anybody about affiliate marketing. Oh, they're more open to the concept. It's a little weird. So imagine having the products of today's world, plus you have an affiliate marketing, network marketing model attached to it. So you can actually 100% utilize the products, make money out of the products, and utilize the marketing. But let's flip it. Let's do it backwards. Today, for anybody to really, listen, let's not lie to each other. For you to make the big bucks, for you to make like crazy amount of money in trading, right? You can start with a small account, but you're going to be risking that account a little bit, just a little bit. You want to play the safe game, you got to have some capital, right? You got to have some capital. Nobody builds a trading account with $50, my friends, unfortunately, right? You'll make some money. But listen, 100%, which is double on $50 is different than 100% on, I don't know, $50,000. Is that making sense? Because 100% on $50,000 is another 50 grand. This is another $50. Well, Rakan, I don't have $50,000. I understand. This is why we utilize the network marketing. This is why we're utilizing it. This is why we're pushing it hard. Because an average person can actually come in and learn all the concepts of trading, plus they can utilize network marketing to make money, to put it in that trading, and they can go back in circles. They can go back in circles. They can go back in circles. They can go. And that's, I'm telling y'all, I have never seen a company in the history, like I know a lot of companies. I have never seen a company that has such a perfect system when it comes to both sides. So you can utilize this and you can utilize this and mix them both together in the most beautiful way. Right? And number three, and then we'll talk about systems after, is, belief in yourself. Listen, you have to understand that that change is difficult. Let me know in the chat if you agree that change is a little bit difficult. Let me know. It's hard, man. It's hard. But you know what? You know, the only thing that does not change in the world is change itself. If you look at the biggest companies in the world, the reason why they are the biggest is because they what? Let me know in the chat. What did they do? They changed. They pivoted. But they embraced change, absolutely. But was it easy in the beginning? Was it easy for them to change in the beginning? Of course not. Of course no. And you guys will have the exact same thing. You know what? I'm going to share a story with you guys that, I haven't shared really for a long period of time. And Sasha is my brother, and you guys deserve this. Listen to this. So when 2019, when really everything was falling apart, I was very I don't want to say I was against change, but I was so comfortable in what I was doing. And I hated change so much for such a short period of time. And I sat down with a mentor, and this mentor told me, he's like, Rakan, well, it's your belief in yourself that will make change either a good thing or a bad thing. And I didn't really understand. I'm like, well, what do you mean by that? She's like, well, a lot of people, they change for the better, and a lot of people change for the worst. And that change made me go from $200 a week to, I would say, $5,000 a week in a matter of 90 days. Now, who likes change now? Who likes change now? It pivoted me. I'm like, okay, well, if I'm changing regardless, I might as well play it my best. I might as well just hit it hard. I might as well just go all in. I might as well. Because how do you want me to lead people? How do you want me to influence? Listen, I was listening today with a podcast. I was talking about excellence and the keys for any entrepreneur to really make it big in the world. Well, the keys for entrepreneur, that the main thing is, listen, you are born, you are created. That's number one. So whether you like it or not, you're gonna have some influence in the world, whether you like it or not. Now you decide whether the influence is good or bad, right? You decide whether the impact is good or bad. So every single one of you guys, you decide whether that change you're gonna turn into a good thing or a bad thing, right? Believing in myself, it really split into two things. Two things is split up. Number one is what I tell myself about myself. Can we all agree sometimes we are our worst critics? Like, we think the worst about ourselves. Like, sometimes, I don't know if you guys are like me, sometimes I say stuff to myself that I would never say to somebody else. Okay? Sometimes I say some things to myself that I would never say to nobody else, which is crazy. But I started noticing the patterns in my brain. I had to catch this and catch this and catch this. And I wanted to see which one made the most sense, right? So number one, what I tell myself about myself. And number two is what I do in my business. And let's talk about what I do in my business. Let's talk about what I do in my business, because that's probably going to be one of those most important things today. Every single one of you guys got started. Doesn't matter what package you are. You got to have a system. You got to have a system to be launching people. It has to be a system. And this system breaks down into a couple of things. Number one, a launch for customers, right? Launch for distributors, and then the ranking system. And if you can figure out these three patterns and you have a system around it, your success will be multiplied by 10. Let's talk about number one. When somebody gets launched with your business, what do you do? When somebody, let's say, I don't know, Abraham or Aaron signs up with me today. Well, the first thing, my friends, is I need to get this person just at least to see the products for a day or two. So I give him like a 72-hour challenge. And the 72 hours is pretty much them, getting involved in the product. And these 72 hours are very, very key. Very key, very important, right? 72 hours, I'm gonna, as much as I can, get them to watch the Market Pro. It's a product that we have. So get them to watch the Market Pro. And of course, that's depending on what they do. If they're coming here to invest and put their money into AI and whatever, set it up, just let them be. But if somebody's coming to actually learn and to actually benefit the most from our system, that's what they want to do. Number one, they're going to watch the Market Pro. And I'm giving them a maximum of 72 hours, right? 72 hours for them to actually finish this. That would be number one. Number two, I got as much as I can get them familiar with the system. So familiar and Market Pro, that would be the first the thing in the first 72 hours. And then right after that, they're gonna come back to me and be like, hey, well, I finished. Okay, well, since you finished, I'm gonna give you a 14-day challenge. And this 14-day challenge, right, is gonna be consist on what they tell me. Because right after the 72 hours, I'm gonna figure out if this person really wants to build a business or they're trying just to be a customer. And it's cool, right? Either way is cool. You have to allow people to kind of choose what they want. You know what I mean? It's hard for me to force somebody to do something because they're not going to do it at their best. So after the 14-day challenge, after the 72-hour challenge, there's a 14-day challenge. This 14-day challenge is pretty much them utilizing something called the SK system. Write this down because you'll understand the system soon. Right now, because they understood the basics of trading and the fundamentals in Market Pro. And then the second step, the 14-day challenge, is the SK system. And eventually I want them to have their own analysis and their own, and they're going to enter signals from our group chat, from our signal groups, right? So that would be the main focus in the 14 days. Now, some people will finish it faster, some people will finish it slower. I'm just saying a general rule, 14 days. Now, and that would be number 3, is where they come in and come, my friend, come, let's really have a chat. Now I figure out if they're a customer versus a builder. Right? Let me share a story with you guys. This is one of the cool stories that I've had. And not in the beginning of my business, maybe like after a year or two after I launched my business, I still had a job, right? So I had 2 people or 2 couples join my business. I had the first couple and the second couple. Watch the story, eh? I have the first couple and the second couple. The first couple, these people, they were working with me in the gym, and didn't have a lot of capital. So they started, one of them was learning and one of them was doing the network marketing part. And the other couple, they're like, oh, no, we're not doing the network marketing right now. We're focused on the products. And once we make money out of the products, we'll start sharing. And I'm like, well, you can make money tomorrow morning, but you want to be able to make money with your education, now, not just copying and pasting. And that's kind of what I told them. They didn't really listen to me. They just did their own. And it's fine, right? It's fine. Here's a year later. Here's what happened. These same couples, because this person, these couple, the people that just wanted to trade and they don't want to do anything with network marketing, they made some money off trading, and they have they have a good sized account in trading, and now they're building and they're trying to go full time. The other couple are already full time, right? So I went and asked, right? Oh, sorry, the other couple asked them, so like, how did you guys go full time faster than us? Like, what strategy did you guys use? They're like, we learned the exact same thing as you. What we did is we managed to do the network marketing part. We took the money. This is exactly what I was talking about. We took the money and we put it back into the trading, and we just enhanced our trading abilities. And now we make a full-time income from home. And these people, they're still trying to figure out a way to start making full-time income, right? So I shared the story with some of my customers, and they're like, okay, well, I know a friend or two that would like to get an idea of trading, an idea of NFTs, an idea of cryptos, right? I know a friend or two that would like to invest in Crypto Elite. I know a friend or two that would like to do this. So their mind starts working, right? So in the third step, I figure out if this person is a customer or a builder, and it's simple. If they're a customer, I'll give them somewhat of a 90-day game plan as a customer, and this is where they're really focused on the product, especially the learning side, right? The learning side. There are specific. If you go on IG's website, you can see especially with the SQLite system, there are specific things that they can get involved with, and depending on the membership as well, they can have like one-to-one private mentorship from the traders that we have. It's like one of the coolest things ever, right? So they're going to have their 90-day game plan. And a lot of you guys didn't believe 90 days. 90 days is for customers too, by the way, right? But we get them to focus on something else. Now, if they tell me they want to build as well, my goal is to give them some targets, right? My goal is to give them some assignments. You got to understand that a lot of the times, that if we don't know how to give our people targets, they won't know how to grow. You see, I came from a job background, right? I came from a job background. And since I came from a job background, it was so easy, right? So easy for me I had to just, somebody tell me what to do, right? Because a new person is a little confused sometimes. And you see all these products and you're a little bit confused. Like, oh, there's a little bit too much. So what happens is that we give them some targets, and I'm going to show you exactly how to hit these targets. So my job with the builder is now I'm going to, have, a builders chat that we're talking about network marketing there. And in this chat, before they enter this chat, they need to understand some things. You see the training that I just gave you guys? Belief in the company, belief in the industry, belief about themselves. It has to be done. It has to be done. Because if he or she does not understand these three things, they won't make it far in the business. They just won't, right? So they got to learn these things before they join, somewhat what is called the builders chat, right? And that's where and I know 100% you guys are in Sashin's hands. So I know 100% that you guys are in safe hands, and he's had experiences that is above my experience, and you guys will build a big business with him. But certain targets, since you guys are new to the system, is number one, I gotta focus on what the core rank is. Core rank. And once I focus on the core rank, right, and I increase that core rank ratio, I'll have a business that does not stop ever. Now, what is the core rank? The core rank is a rank called Platinum Executive. That's the rank that somebody would like, they start making, I would say, an average of $300 to $500. Right away, my goal is to get them to hit that rank. Now, what's required from that rank is 2,000 points. So you can do this by yourself, or you can have your team. Now, 2,000 points, I don't want to go too much in details, but 2,000, but you guys know we have the emergent select for you guys, which is 100 points. You have the premium, which is 300 points, and you have the elite for 1,000 points. So you got to figure out either the 100 points, the 300 points, or the 1,000 points. You got to figure out a way to have a mix, right, and hit Platinum Executive, whether you do it, whether you just sign up to elite, whether you do one elite and couple premiums and couple selects, however way, right? And that start by them, going online and talking about, they don't have to talk about ideas and how much money they've made. That's not what I'm trying to do, right? In the beginning, they're trying to go online and really share their story. See, the only way you can actually engage customers is by stories. I shared like a couple stories with you guys. The reason why I wanted your mind to work, I wanted your mind to go places. So when I have a brand new person and maybe they're a little bit hesitant of sharing a story, my job, I'm a coach, right? So my job is to, hey, share your story on social media. But how powerful would it be for them to share their story on social media? And people are like, I agree. Because you got to understand that majority of people have the exact same problems. What are the problems that people have nowadays? Money, time, right? I don't understand anything. Whatever, like all it's the same issues, it's the same ones that float over and over and over again. So if I can overgo and over combat these objections in my story, it'll be easy. Here's my first story that I ever did on social media. I went online and I said, and this is my first time ever like speaking on a story, right? So I was like, and I said, a lot of you guys know who I am. And I work at, a lot of you guys know that I work at the gym, and don't get me wrong, I love the gym. This is what I said on the call, not the call, on the video. I love the gym. The problem is, see what I did? I said what I did, and then I put a problem. The problem is I didn't have time to go see my family and chill with my family and be with my friends. Now, how many of you guys can agree that time is majority of the world's problem? So I'm getting a big chunk right now. I'm getting people to excite. I'm getting people listening to what I'm saying. The problem is, right? And so now my job is to find a solution for that. And then, I shared a story about how I got introduced to iGenius. And I found the spot from that right? It's helping people learn how to trade and, create a business online. And I love the idea. So if anybody's interested, just let me drop info in the chat. And listen, when anybody shares their story, even if they have 50 followers, some of them will say, bro, I want to hear about this. Let me know about this. Right? Let me know about this. Because, well, you're in the NFT space now, you're in the crypto space, you're making some moves. Like, what's going on? That I'm telling y'all. Now imagine getting that duplicated throughout your team. How big would that be? Now, sometimes it doesn't have to be actually like, you showing your face. Some people they're very against showing their face. Man, you can actually text this. Like literally write it down on Instagram, write it down on whatever platform you're using. I'm just sharing a psychology with you guys to make it easier for you to actually, get people and get people listening to you. Get people listening to what you have. But every single one of you guys, you're creating your own book in iGenius right here. So make sure that book starts in the most perfect way, in the most nice way. It doesn't have to be the most perfect. If I show you guys my first video, you guys will laugh at me. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people laughed at me online. But you know what? To people that are important to me, that showed that I'm courageous, that I'm taking a step, that I'm doing something I've never done. And that's what's more inspiring for people the right people that wanted to join. Let me know so far if I'm making sense or I'm just, talking gibberish. Make sense? Okay, let's move on. So my target for any brand new person to finish Platinum Executives in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. You got 2 weeks with me, my brother. Let's go. And we have, I don't even know, like, I think we definitely have over 1,000 people at the core rank. I'm telling y'all, once I built my business on this, it took me to the whole next level. Now, there's another target, which is the 1 month target, right? By the way, these people that tell you they're interested, you can actually, there's a lot of ways so you guys can really get them, but you can actually, have a small campaign and you can add them to like a Telegram channel. They don't like a Telegram channel, not a chat, right? A channel, not a chat, that you can add them there so they can be updated on what's happening with you. You can post stuff there, have a small campaign, have a target for you. If we do 100 people, we're going to do an opportunity call. I'm going to get my mentor to do an opportunity call. There's so many ways to be creative with this. Don't take this as listen, you know what I like about trainings that are, these are, please expand this Telegram system. Let's say you went on social media and you actually said what I told you, right? And you had a couple of people say, I'm interested. Now, you schedule a call, like an opportunity call, a week, and then work on a target. Your target is to invite 100 people, to invite 200 people, 300 people, whatever, and get all these people in that Telegram channel. And then whenever it's time to do the opportunity call, you just drop the link there rather than just, checking back with everybody piece by piece. Does that make sense? I'm trying to make yourself easier. That's all. Cool. Okay. So the 2 weeks, they're getting Platinum Executive. And if they do what I just told them to do, 100% they're going to finish it. 100%. 100%. Right? And I'll show you guys the numbers right now and how this makes sense. Watch this. The first month target is Diamond Executive. And how would they do Diamond? What's Diamond Executive? Diamond Executive is 10,000 points. This is where you're shooting for. You're right now at a full-time income. Right now at a full-time income. Or I want to say a full-time income. It's probably like $1,000, $2,000 a month. if you're at this rank. Well, Rakan, how do I do that? Well, let me explain how you do that. Imagine if you're for a month, you open up this Telegram channel. And this is just a small example. You can do it however way you want it. But imagine you invite only 50 people a week. Can somebody in the chat tell me how many people that is? I'm not the greatest in math. Only Ariana looking, eh? It's 200, ladies and gents. What about the rest of the 60? What's going on? Am I speaking too fast? Am I speaking too slow? Here we go. Cool. So I invite, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. That's 200, ladies and gentlemen. That's 200 people. So you put up 200 people in a Telegram channel over a course of a month, right? Which, if there's a will, there's a way. I don't care what excuse you give me. If there's a will, there's a way. And you do an opportunity call, and you have your leader, your mentor, actually help you with it. How many people do you think you can close from the 200 people? Let's just say, out of the 200 people that are actually interested, you know what? I'll ask you guys. Out of 200 people, how many people do you think will sign up? Shamim said 20, so 10%, 10, 15%. These are the numbers, right? Now, by the way, our product is so sexy that we close sometimes 30, 40%, by the way, just to let you guys know. But let's just say we're actually sticking to the 10%. That would be the lowest that you'll get, especially if you invited the correct way, right? You invited the correct way, that would be the lowest that you get. Well, what 10% of 200 is 20 people. Listen, I know there's a lot of numbers, but bear with me. It's a system right here, right? 20 people. Well, my friends, there's a rule in business that says it's 70-30. The rule of 70-30 tells you that 70% of people will sign up on the small package and 30% people will sign up on the big package. Well, 30% of 20 is 6, right? So 6 people will sign up on the big package and 14 people will sign up on the small package. If you do the math, if you actually sell 6 elites, other than the bonuses that you're getting, that's 6,000 points, right? And right here, 14 times 100 each, that's 1,400. You're almost at diamond. Other than the money that you've made, you're almost at diamond. And now you can actually create some duplication on your team. You can give them system and boom. And your goal in the first 90 days, to finish the rank of Platinum Ambassador. The rank of Platinum Ambassador, the reason why, because this is, you're going into the 6-figure rank. You're going to the 6-figure rank. This is where the game gets fun. This is where the game is nice, right? You're making some money. You're feeling nice. You're feeling good. That's where it is. Platinum Ambassador rank. Now you can shoot for the moon. Listen, you can go whatever rank you want in the first time. But I'm telling y'all, this is what should be the standard of the team. And we've done this, and we've created 50 of them last year. So imagine what we're gonna do this year, because we have so many leaders. And listen, if you've been involved in network marketing, you have a better chance because you're 10 times more excited. And any of the markets that you guys have talked about, we have nobody there. So it's an untapped market. So you guys have you guys have a chance that I've never had before. right? You guys have a chance that I've never had before. Because the Middle East is big. So we talked about, if we recap everything, right? Talked about belief in the company, we talked about belief in network marketing, and we talked about belief in yourself. And we talked about pretty much how to launch a customer, the 72-hour system, the 14-day challenge, the customer versus builder, and pretty much what to do with an upcoming builder and the targets that you need to put them and what you guys need to do with these people. And let me end with a story. Because I have I've been here the longest, so I've seen a lot, and my biggest why is my mom. I don't know if you guys can feel me on this, but my biggest why is my mom. I told you guys my first year I don't really have success, and the reason why I started having success is because of my mom. I come from the Middle East where my mom has never had a job. My mom has always been a housewife, and when we came to Canada, I came alone first, and then I slowly got them to come here, and I was so happy because I was the man of the house and I wasn't really making a lot of money, so I'm really paying everything in my pocket just to make sure, because I saved so much, so I'm spending from my pocket just to keep the family, they can eat and they can go out and they can really see what everything is going. So one day I was at a coffee shop, Starbucks, and I worked there all day, every single day, and I got a call from my friend, and she lives in our neighborhood, and she tells me, "I see your mom," and I'm like, "No way." See my mom? Of course you don't. She's like, no, for real. I'm like, how do you even know my mom? You've never met her. She's like, I've seen her on your social media, and I truly believe this is her. So I don't know. I think it was April's Fool's. I just kind of ignored. She's like, I'll come pick you up. And you'll see for yourself. I'm like, fair by me. So she comes, picks me up, and we go. And she takes me to this place. Y'all ever got so close to something that your heartbeat is just and it's going faster and faster and faster by the minute? That's pretty much what was happening with me. And I don't know. So I don't want to show you guys a video because it breaks me up every single time. But we get close and I see this woman, and if you know anything about Canada, it's cold. Cold a lot of the time. And I don't know why I took a video. I started taking a video of when I was getting closer and closer and closer, and I didn't know if she was my mom or not, but I got closer and closer, and I started discovering that, holy, this is my mom. And my mom was for the first time in her life working a job, and she was the person that has the stop sign that gets the kids to pass the street. And and I'm gonna show you. Let me show you guys that video. And first of all, I couldn't believe that I'm seeing my mom work. I'm so much in denial. It's crazy. And I go up to her and I'm like, Mom, why? What I'm doing is not enough for you guys. And she's like, Rakan, you left your laptop open once and you left it at your bank account, and I know you can't help us survive here with what you have in your bank account, and I know how much money you make at your job, and your business is not doing anything. And probably was one of the most difficult moments in my life where I'm like, God, please give me something that I can support my family with. anything that can support my family with. So I, 90 days after that, I went to work. Well, at that point, I went to work, and I promised her one thing. I'm like, Mom, 90 days, I will come back as somebody new. You just gotta trust me. And she's like, I do. And I started working. 90 days after that, I started making a full-time income. 90 days after that, again, I started making a six-figure income. And I've been on that wave since. And the reason why I'm so much heavy belief in IGNS is because it's always had my back when I've had my worst times. And the reason why I'm sharing this story is because I want you guys to understand that we have your back the same way that the company had my back when I was at my lowest point. So maybe some of you guys have your lowest point right now, that you're really trying to win big and you're trying to go all in and you're trying to, succeed. And then just know your time is coming. Just know that one day we'll be celebrating you. One day you'll be speaking on stage, and one day you will laugh about your past stories, and that these stories will be lessons for a lot of people. With that being said, my friends, my family, my brother Sasha, I appreciate you, man, for allowing me to speak to your people. I just want to say on behalf of myself and everybody in iGenius, welcome to our family. And I cannot wait for Sasha to take me, and we'll have a crazy tour all over the world. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. My brother Sasha, man, I'll give it back to you.
Appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much for being on this call and giving us your your everything, and we'll definitely make you proud. Stay blessed, bro.
My pleasure, man.